What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Today, we have a quick live stream instead of a video. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat already. Steven, Primetime, Joyce, Big Play, Slay, Vic 3, Jeremiah, Cameron, Landon, Bashir, Cal. What's going on to everybody? Heather, shout out to you guys. Kevin, I see you guys. You guys know how I do this. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We talk Philly sports on this channel every single day. Live stream, call-ins, live play-by-plays, and daily podcast episodes. But before we get into the comment section, because you guys know how I do it, I want to talk about 5 to 10 minutes about the topic of this live stream. And then I let the subscribers, the family, the people in the chat take it away, and we talk wherever you guys lead us to. But I want to talk something about this draft that's starting to get a little bit chatty. A lot of these so-called reporters, experts, the Les Bowens, the guys out there who have the check mark, who talk about the Eagles, are starting to bring up the fact that the Eagles might get a quarterback with their first pick. Now, here's my thought on that. Trey Lance, great quarterback. Justin Fields, an even better quarterback. And the Zach Wilsons, the Trevor Lawrences, I believe they're automatically going 1 and 2. 1 to the Jacksonville Trevor Lawrence, 2 to the New York Jets. They're out of the pitcher. Now, the next guy would be Justin Fields. And although I do believe this guy is a very talented quarterback, I'm under the impression we got a new coaching staff. We sent Jalen Hurts out there to sink or swim with the last coaching staff, and he did a little bit of both. He honestly did a little bit of both. To me, I don't think you should go quarterback. Do I believe in Justin Fields' ability? Yeah, I do. I think he has that Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson-ness to his game. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as these guys, but I do see that in his tape, and I haven't watched that much, so don't quote me on anything. However, I think the Eagles need to get that skill player, that top corner, that top pass catcher, that top linebacker, that top player who is a skill player for the Eagles to try Jalen Hurts out. And we have a new coaching staff. We're in this retooling, rebuilding era, possibly. Worst case scenario, we're so bad under Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts that we are in the top 10 again. And then we get our quarterback. But why give up on the young Jalen Hurts? I know people are talking about he would have been a 3rd or a 4th round talent to other people. But at the end of the day, we set him to fail last year. And I believe you saw some ups, you saw some downs, but who else would have survived with the Philadelphia Eagles roster? That's kind of why I cut so much slack for Carson Wentz. Any player on his team would have failed because the guy to the side of him didn't do their job most of the time. Now, it was a back and forth effort. It was the O-line. It was the defensive line. It was the secondary. It was the quarterback. It was the receivers. But they all had a part in the misery we call the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles season. So to me, you got to get a top-notch skill player. See what Jalen Hurts can do under this new regime. Feel the whole thing out, from coaching to the young wide receivers to the old veterans mixed in with the new offensive line, all the new talent, but you gotta go skill player, whether it's a Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith, a Penny Sewell if he falls, a Jamar Chase, who I'm big on. You gotta go there first, and then if we stink and we're back in the top 10, we'll talk quarterback. But shout out to everybody in the chat already. Like I said, TJS, what's going on? Jeremiah Butler, Kristen, what's going on with everybody in the chat? He said we got to start ignoring these reports who have no vested interest on the team. Their job is to create content as well. Exactly. That's exactly why I'm talking about, it is in the Eagles' nature to be like, even though we've been bad these last couple years, we've been playoff teams. We've been picking in the 18, 19, 20. Maybe the Eagles don't see themselves in the top 10 again. And I don't know what the Eagles feel is on their belief in Jalen Hurts. You got people who really don't believe in him right now. You got people who will go to bat for Jalen Hurts. But where do the Eagles fall? We know that they were content with Carson Wentz. We know that we don't really know anything, to be honest, because, I believe it was more Carson Wentz wanting out, and that's why they went to try to put him on the block and stuff. But who knows at this point? And at the end of the day, you got to put things around a quarterback to have him succeed. You draft a quarterback with the 6th overall pick. If Justin Fields falls, well, he's going to come in asked to make this team look better with the same circumstances, maybe not the coaching. And they were a big part of the downfall of 2020. Who knows how good Nick Sirianni is going to be? But you're asking a young quarterback to do that. Why not build around this quarterback until it's proven he can do it? Only graphic. Okay, graphic upgrade. Shout out to you, my guy. Carson said, you only want a skill player, no offensive line at 6. No, that's the thing. If my guy Penny Swell, I don't know how to say his last name. If he falls to number 6, I'll take him. But he's the only guy I'm going to take at 6. Actually, there's one other offensive lineman who I believe is going to be drafted inside the top 12. But that's where you got to roll the dice and move back to a 10 or an 11 and try to get that offensive lineman. There's certain players that I believe are first-round talents. The Patrick Surtains, I forgot the second offensive lineman in this draft, but I'm not Slater. I believe that's what it is, Slater. I'm not taking him at 6, though, I don't believe. Penny Swole was probably the only one I'll take at 6. But yeah, that's something, again, to help out your quarterback. A wide receiver will help out the quarterback. An offensive lineman will help out the quarterback, but we got to help out the quarterback on our roster. We invested a 2nd-round pick in Jalen Hurts, whether that was a smart decision, whether he was a 2nd-round talent, a 1st-round talent, a 4th-round talent. We went ahead and invested a 2nd-round pick in him. So to me, you made that pick really upsetting Carson Wentz. Whether people agree he should have been able to play through it or not play through it, that pick upset Carson Wentz. So you lit the fire that initially got us to this point. I'm not saying that's the only reason. His play, coaching, there was a lot of things that contribute to the bad 2020, but the fire started with the Jalen Hurts pick. And for you to see 4 games and give up on him, then why'd you do it? Why did you do it? You got to know your players in and out. Sewell won't be there at 6. I believe, I agree. If he's there at 6, 5 organizations need to be looked at. You know what I mean? Not the Jets, not the Jags, because they're going to go Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. But the other ones, the Miami Dolphins, the Bengals, they need to be looked at, because why would he be there? But you never know. I'm saying that's the offensive lineman I would draft at 6 if he's there. At 6, the Eagles will get a receiver. Listen, I believe so too. I believe Jamar Chase is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I think Devontae Smith will get picked up by one of the two, the Dolphins or the Bengals. And the one opposite of them is the guy who's going to get Penny Swell. I think they both can use offensive line help. They both can use wide receiver help. Burrow's looking at Jamar Chase like, get my guy back on my squad, but I don't know. Rella, what's good with you, my guy? What's good, Philly Mike? By the time I make one of your lives, shout out to you, my guy. I tried to do it early today. Can I call in? I know some stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm doing a call in. We're going to see how this goes. Shout out to my guy, Philly Jackson. Best player available is all we need. Exactly. That's why you'll hear me say, if that dude, Penny Swell, I'm going to call him P.S. If Penny Swell's there, to me, he's best player available. So you go him. You know what I'm saying? You go him. That's my whole thing. Philly, the podcast. What's up with you, my guy? We taking a kicker at 6. Let's go. You already know. Let's get the Howie jokes out now before we get too hyped on a pick and it just doesn't happen. It's going to be crazy when a guy like Penny Swell falls or Jamar Chase is there and we go somewhere else, but I'm not sure. Kristen said, I'm not crazy about Smith. Here, Listen, I've been trying to hold my takes in, and I've been slacking on this. I've been trying to wait closer to April because I've been doing these player interviews, and I know some people are liking them. Some people are like, it's too early. I've interviewed 2 cornerbacks and I've interviewed 1 wide receiver. Now, these guys I interviewed, I believe Iseral Mukuamu is going to be a third or fourth round pick. My guy Rodarius Willams, probably like a 4th or 5th, and Osirus Mitchell, 6'5" wide receiver, but I believe he's going to be 6th round pick, if that. Now, listen, I have the link to all these interviews in the description. So if you haven't caught one of these guys, I got a guy from Oklahoma State, Mississippi State, and South Carolina. Listen, Iseral Mukuamu played on side of J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn is getting a lot of buzz for first round, late first round, early second round. But I'm telling you, 6'4", 205, Iseral Mukuamu played safety, played corner. He was hurt in 2020 on a groin. He could have played more, but he wanted to get ready for the draft with COVID. So listen, I think he's the sleeper. That's my guy. That's my guy. Out of all the guys I interviewed, I believe he has the best talent to go somewhere and do something in the NFL. We're going to definitely see. But to get back on Ja'Marr Chase versus Devontae Smith, I want to wait closer to April. But last year I did, a lot of people liked them and they went pretty wild with views. The comparison videos, I did the Jalen Reagor versus KJ Hamler. I did the Justin Jefferson versus Denzel Mims. And I do strength, weaknesses, and I also break down tape. So them videos take longer because I really want to watch good tape, bad tape for both players. I want to break down plays, break down strength and weaknesses that I see, and then I put it out there. But I'm going to leak it a little bit. You only got 57 people in here. I'm still going to put that comparison video out. They're both good, but I'm a Ja'Marr Chase guy just because what he can bring to the NFL level. I think Devontae Smith is a dirty receiver. When I say dirty, I mean like he's really good. I'm just scared of the frame, and I don't want the small guy. Listen, Devontae Smith is miles better than Jalen Reagor, but they fit the same mold. You want Devontae Smith to be Devontae Smith will be great, but that's what we want Jalen Reagor to be. We need that X guy, and Ja'Marr Chase is 100% an X guy. I watch you a lot. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Don Dillon said, I ain't even going to lie, though. Howie's probably going to draft a 3rd round talent with the 6th. I mean, that's the one thing. I'm scared of it, too. Don't get me wrong. But the 6th overall pick is very hard to mess up. Shout out to you, Jew Lines. The 6th overall pick is very hard to mess up. Very hard. Philly Fanatic, what's going on? Props to your channel, bro. It's growing tremendously. Thank you, my guy. It's all up to you guys. You guys show the support. Listen, I reach out to these players' agents, and they're like, listen, I said, look, check my channel out. Check my following. Check the people who support the Philly Talk podcast. Let me know. Let me know. But like I said, if you haven't seen the interviews, I interviewed 3 NFL draft prospects. The link is in the description. The very first one, Mukuamu. Remember that name. Remember Philly Mike said it. So listen, low-key catch the names that I talked about, because if these guys make the NFL, whether it's with the Eagles or whether it's with another team, you heard it here first. Hey, they gave me an opportunity to interview them, and I gave them an opportunity to say why they should make the NFL. 2 corners, 1 receiver. Philly Joel, what's going on with you, my guy? Big Play Slate said, so what's your insight and input on Jonathan Gannon's system? And if we do draft a linebacker like Jabril Cox in the 2nd or Iseral Mukuamu, what do you think Gannon does with them? I think Gannon plays a little bit more cover 2. Well, he's definitely heavier cover 2. You know, cover 1 puts these guys out on an island. In cover 2, you'll have safety help. And a guy like Iseral Mukuamu can play both corner and safety. He's big, physical. And so you can get a little press man with a guy like Iseral who can really slow down a receiver's timing and route and have safeties back there to fall back on. Now, I got to see what the guy runs, but I've always been a cover 2 guy. I like it. You play too much cover 1, you get too risky. You play too much cover 3. He plays cover 3 too, but I just think there's not going to be a little bit more bump and run with safety help over top. And I think you really need your linebackers to cover the middle then, because you're not going to have that safety in the box as much as that safety dropping back. Shout out to my guy, Joey Z. Honestly, you can't go wrong at 6. Smith, Chaser, Tane, Pitts, Parson, any of those guys, I'm happy. I just hear you. I hear you. I want that first from the Bears. Me too. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy what's going on with Carson Wentz. I understand him. Listen, the Bears head coach, their GM, their O-line, the O-line suspect and the coach and GM are on last year chances. So, but ultimately we got to do what's best for the Eagles. But it's not the Eagles catering to Carson. It's the Bears talking to Carson like, yo, we're not going to give you that first round unless you want to play for us. Terrell said I would pick someone to help the O-line. Definitely can use that. Cal Bundy said I'll take Chase too. Facts. That's the only Chase I use is pause. Is Jamar Chase, I was going to say. Will said, I really want Kyle Pitts, but I'm okay with the best player available at 6. If it's Jamar Chase or Parsons, I'm happy. Exactly. At the end of the day, one thing that the Eagles lacked is blue-collar players. Blue-collar players. As we all know, Howie Roseman hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler in a long time. And the last one we drafted, we're about to ship off. That's number 11. So you got to look at that situation and be like, huh? Blue-collar players. How do you think the Chiefs have the money to pay Mahomes, Kelsey, and these other guys? Because they were able to draft well. Some of these guys that are playing at a high level are not getting paid yet. The Saints for so long were drafting well. When you draft well, you have a 5 to 4 year window where you can sign free agents to fix other holes. Your draftees do well, and they're cheap. They're cheap. If you get a first round, Justin Jefferson, somebody let me know how much he's made last year, just 1 year. If you get a rookie to come in and be as productive as Justin Jefferson, you get a talent who's better than half the NFL, half the wide receivers in the NFL, and he's making penny to a dollar. Now, you know, he keeps putting up this production. In 5 years, you either franchise tag him or go about your business, but you're still filling young talent. We failed to draft, and that's the hardest way to reload, to keep reloading. Free agency, you're always going to overpay, because what does the free agency mean? You're free. You're free to do whatever you want. And there's always going to be that one team that's willing to pay whatever, who stinks. And some players take the business decision saying, I'll take the money over a chance to win. But if you're a team trying to win, but you're not, you're on that cusp, you're always going to overpay in free agency at the end of the day. Carson Wentz annoying. This ain't basketball. If you don't want to play here, then you don't get to pick where you go. I agree. But again, it's not like he's telling the Eagles, I'm not going there. And they're like, okay, we're not going to send you there. It's the fact that the Bears are saying to the Eagles and Carson Wentz, the only way I'm willing to give up this big package is if I hear Carson Wentz is satisfied with the Chicago destination. You know what I mean? So it's Carson Wentz agent communicating with the Bears or communicating with whoever's involved. Like, hey, you could trade for us. He's going to be mad. And the Bears are saying, I'm not trying to give up all of this for a player who's not going to be all in. Jeremiah said, talking about Jefferson gives me PTSD. I agree, my guy. That's horrible. That's horrible. Kent said, did you give away the Maxi jersey yet? No, I haven't. Stay tuned, my guy. Ice Edit says, I'm BB Stuff, different name. Been going for a while because of my school. Anything big happened? Not too much. Carson Wentz thing should be closing in shortly, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that. Joey said, I honestly think picking O-line at 6 is dumb. Mulatto was good. We have Dillard, still Brooks, Lane, Samalu. That's really good. O-line taking one late is fine, though. I will say this. who knows with the money that's owed to Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson, if Howie Roseman doesn't try to get rid of one of these guys to free up some money because of the injury history. We know that Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks have been great players when able to play, but they've been missing time, not just 1 year. It's back-to-back years where they missed a decent amount of time. You got a guy like Andre Dillard who's coming off a seat injury. Who knows what his future looks like? Samalu's been getting banged up. Kelsey might retire. So it depends on what risk you're trying to take. At the time, I wanted Rager over Jefferson. I still believe in Rager as a baller. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm glad we're getting new coaches in here, because then we're gonna get to see more if it was us as a coaching staff or the players. Listen, I like Jalen Rager's tape too. I thought he was a guy who could stretch the field, but also get you sometimes go up and get 50-50 balls. He could go up and do a lot of things. He was very good after the catch. Yak. He was number 2 in the draft in getting yards after the catch to CeeDee Lamb. So I'm hoping this coaching staff brings stuff out of him. You got to play him to his strength, but we have to stay healthy. We could talk about this, that, and the third. If we don't stay healthy, it doesn't matter. Don Dillon said, agreed on your Wentz standpoint with the Bears. Exactly. Kara Poole, what's going on with you? Why not go all in on Deshaun Watson and sign Allen Robinson? What's all in? What's all in? Got to get younger at offensive line. That's facts. Dave Hearn said, what up, Sixer stream? Listen, yeah, the Sixer stream, I will be streaming the game. Come through. 7:15, my guy. Caleb Farley is dog water. You don't think he's good at all? Listen, Caleb Farley's fighting with Patrick Surtain for best in the draft. Like, you can see different websites are playing tug of war with them. Solo Bolo, what's going on? Nothing much, man. I just gave my take on the possible quarterbacks. Let's get back to that a little bit. Like, listen, everybody in the chat real quick, do 2 things for me. For one, if you haven't done it, smash the like button for your boy. It's easy, it's free, it don't cost a thing. And also, if we are sitting at number 6 and Justin Fields is on the board, would you take Justin Fields? Let me know in the chat. Would you take Justin Fields? Again, my situation is this. I think it's a possibility that the Eagles do it because I don't know where they're at with Jalen Hurts. I don't know where their head is at the fact that do they think the Eagles are going to be here at number 6 or in the top 10 in the near future. So I could see the Eagles doing it. I wouldn't do it because I'm not going to put a young quarterback in a worse situation or almost the same situation we put Carson and Jalen in while we got Jalen and the opportunity to get a top-notch blue-collar skill player. So everybody's saying, hold up. No. Yeah, so the whole chat say no. Shout out to you guys. I agree. But the chatter's coming up, all these blue check marks on Twitter talking about Eagles gonna get a quarterback. Looking for Sasuke said we need young corners that are actually good. I believe that's one of the most important spots we need to upgrade, the secondary. As much as we need a skill player at the wide receiver position, as much as we need offensive line help, secondary's right up there. Shout out to my guy. I'm awake. Are you? No, sir. Hurts is that dude. I'm with you, my guy. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe Hurts is that guy. What I will say is this. A 4-game sample size can't make me swear somebody's the truth, but it also can't make me say that they're no good What I've seen from Hurts is things he has to work on. But I've saw things from Hurts that say, he had that wow factor to him. Now, again, a lot of these plays came extending the play. But there were a couple things I saw him do early in the first two games. And that's with a guy like Alshon Jeffrey. My God, Jalen Hurts hikes the ball, sees he got man-to-man coverage. The coverage on Alshon Jeffrey was good, but quarterback to wide receiver connection, he throws it where only his receiver can make a play, trusting in him, trusting his arm, trusting the read, and it worked. Now, if Alshon Jeffrey could do that, what is our guy Jamar Chase going to do? What is Jamar Chase going to do when he catches slant from Jalen Hurts, breaks 2 tackles, and takes it 65 yards for a touchdown? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think you got to go with the skill play. You cannot go quarterback. I believe I believe Justin Fields is going to be nice. Don't get me wrong. But you got to see what you got with Jalen Hurts for the simple fact that you sparked the plug. You lit the fire under Carson Wentz when you took Jalen Hurts. So if you had that much confidence in him back then, you didn't see nothing that deterred you. You saw 4 games from a rookie with bad coaching, bad O-line play, and some broken down receivers. 1-3. And you can't put the whole Washington football team against him because he had us in a 1-score game. Yes, he missed Quez Watkins. He missed him. But who knows? We might have won that game. Giant fans think we would have won if we kept Jalen Hurts in. That's all I can say there. Waylon Assembly said, yes, Eagles are going to get quarterback. Ooh. David said, depends on how our free agency goes. Hey, free agency opens in March. We'll have to see. My guy Murder Music in the building. What's going on with you, my guy? Oh, so we after a bunch of no's, we had a bunch of no's, and we had some yes come in here. We had some yeses come in here. Dr. Philly said, Wentz going to make us pay if he goes to the Colts. He will look light years better than Hurts next year. We messing up, I'm telling you. Well, you also got to judge it this way. Colts offensive line, Eagles offensive line, Colts. It might be Colts coaching, Eagles coaching, Colts for now. Colts defense, Eagles defense, Colts. So you got to also judge what's playing around them. So we have to wait and see all that. But at the end of the day, I think it's a little too late to try to mend bridges with Carson Wentz now. I think it's a little too late. I can see the Eagles getting Smith. They stick with Jalen Hurts because they're boys. That's true too. Hey, listen. Again, if you haven't watched the 3 the NFL draft prospects I interviewed 2 cornerbacks and 1 wide receiver. Now, I believe 1 cornerback's going to go in the 3rd or 4th. One's going to go in the 4th or 5th, and the receiver probably late. But the receiver said, when I asked him about the Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts, he said he played against Jalen Hurts a lot in college. Again, Jalen Hurts rookie season. This guy played 4 years at Mississippi State. He said, I played against Jalen Hurts. He's a dog. He's a leader. And he got heart. Take that what you want. Watch the video. 6'5" Osirus Willams. He did speak about Jalen Hurts a little bit. Jalen Williams, on the other hand, said, this is a rebuild. We need the best player available. There is no 2-year window. Be realistic, people. We have 2 or 3 young players who are worth a second contract, but not top 10 at all. 5 years at best, people. Ooh. So you're saying that, hold up, Jalen, you're saying 5 years before we get back to the playoffs? Playoffs? Would you trade Fletcher? Depends on the price. Listen, let me just say this. If this coaching staff needs time, if Jalen Hurts is not the guy, even if we get a stud in the first round, you're going to know how the turnaround is early next year. And I'm not coming out here saying we're going to go to the playoffs or we're going to be what I'm saying is if we're competing, listen, you can have a losing team and still feel good about the trajectory. It's about the trajectory and what you see game in and game out. If we are in legit rebuild, then you got to start thinking about moving these guys who can still demand some value throughout the league. How many teams that just need a defensive piece wouldn't give money for Fletcher to try to go over the top? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Jeremiah Butler with the I repeat, $4.99 super chat. He said it's simple. If we trading away our supposed to be franchise quarterback, then we go out with the guy we drafted in the second round and build around him. I agree. Jalen Hurts was the match that lit the fire under Carson. The fire hit Carson and he's pretty much out. You got to stick with it now. You got to at least go one season with it. And you have an opportunity to give him a piece that could help. You need to hit this draft. We got to stop building our team through free agency. If the Eagles waste a 6th pick on a quarterback, I'm the newest Cowboys fan. I hate the Cowboys. Whoa. That's Midwest Eagles fan said 10 fumbles. Ouch. But wow, you can't say that. Jay Piaz, what's going on with you, my guy? Give me Smith or Pitts and I'll be happy. No chase in there? What we need to find out what Wentz do in the locker room to make the locker room turn against him so Hurts don't do the same thing. Listen, if you believe the report, if you're going to go as far as to say that he's done stuff in the locker room, we got to find out. Well, I think if you believe them reports, you got to believe in what it is. It's the fact that he's not relatable. Listen, every quarterback in the NFL got an ego, and I'm not speaking on him, but I'm saying if you believe that and you want to know what he did and you don't want Jalen Hurts to do the same thing, it's just the fact that he wasn't relatable to the guys. He picked favoritism, whether it be Zach Ertz and Jason Kelsey, whether he was just a loner, hard-headed to the coaches, got special treatment, just that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's true or not, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Kristen said it's not about what we want. He doesn't want to be here. Exactly. Listen, again, follow my channel. If you have big Carson Wentz supporter, gave him the benefit of the doubt most of the time. At the end of this year, I started getting harder on him, middle and harder, because I knew that the team stunk around him, but he was still continuing to do things that were just mind-boggling. And it is what it is. And as much as it's been silence speaks volumes. You know what I mean? Why not send a tweet out? You could say, congratulations, Ronnie McLeod, on your being in the running for Walter Payton Man of the Year. You can do that. You can tweet about your foundation, how many deers you got. You know what I mean? But you can't say Philly. Don't believe the hype. Philly, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? So the more that it was silent, and some people say just because he's not talking doesn't mean nothing. Everybody believes something different. And I'm not coming out here as a reporter saying this is what exactly happens. But I will tell you that I honestly believe if a guy don't say nothing, he's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If somebody says, hey, yo, that I said something, I'm going to look at the person like, no, I didn't. Or I'm gonna come out and say, no, I didn't. If I'm quiet, I did. I don't want to talk about it though. It's an awkward situation. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Bryce Blackwell said, yeah, Wentz gotta grow up. Yeah, man. I mean, you can't listen. Sometimes it's just it's sad that we're here. It's very sad that we're here. Very sad that we're here. Don't like this Colts trade. Carson should go wherever they move him. Guys making millions of dollars and shouldn't decide where he's going. I agree. But I'm going to say this after reading my guy's thing real quick. Much love, Big Mike, but nobody's talking about why Tua took Hurts' job at Bama. He can't read those progressions. Hurts needs predetermined reads, not advantageous for an NFL franchise quarterback. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he struggles to go through his progressions, but I'm not also going to say that he can't learn it. I mean, a lot of guys coming out of college, I mean, the best of the best, maybe they go through their progressions too, but I got a stat for you guys. I'm going to present a stat, and I'm going to do it in a video. Kudos to my brother who pointed this out to me. But Trevor Lawrence is a stud, and I believe so. But I'm telling you, a guy like Justin Fields hit more second and third reads than Trevor Lawrence. Now, I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence can't go through his progressions, but he just didn't have to. In the NFL, he will. We'll see. I believe Trevor Lawrence is a stud, don't get me wrong. But my brother sent me that, and it's crazy. And I looked it up, and it's legit. It's legit. But at the end of the day, what I can say is this. For those talking about we shouldn't put Carson Wentz where he wants to go, the Philadelphia Eagles are not. What is happening is this. The Bears are willing to go all in on Carson Wentz. They're willing to give us a first-round pick and maybe something else. But what they're doing is this. All right, look, you go to buy a car. That car's nice on the outside, but let me look in the inside. I'm about to give you top dollar for that car. Let me look in the inside. And we're like, nah, you can't look in the inside. Well, then I don't want to buy it because I'm not sure what's in the inside. Same thing. Carson Wentz, we could fix him. We want him. But we're not sure if Carson Wentz wants us. And even though the Eagles can force him to go over there, they just gave up all that capital, all them resources. And now he's like, I really don't want to be here, though. So they're going to feel like we could fix him, but he don't want to be fixed by us. So, yes, in the grand scheme of things, if we forced him over there, he'd go. He'd play. But the Bears are saying, I'm not willing to pay top dollar for somebody who doesn't want to play for us. So it's crazy. You know, what's happening in basketball is slowly coming over to the NFL. They're slowly coming over to the NFL. But the thing is, if Carson Wentz just said, I'd be happy to play for the Bears, deal will be done. Deal will be done. Shout out to my guy Ethan in the chat, and I'm still on the Wentz wagon. Hurts should be traded for a veteran back. Whoa. On the Wentz wagon still. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We talk Eagles and Sixers on here almost every single day. And if you haven't done it, do your boy a favor and smash that like button. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. And if I don't get to your comment, just re-comment it. No spamming, but just re-comment it because I'm trying to get to as many as possible. But y'all coming in here pretty quickly. Everybody want to talk about Jalen Hurts, but only know about when he was benched. Yeah, you again, it is what it is. It was early in the career. Like people overcome things. There's one thing that everywhere he's went, you heard is that he's a leader of men, he's a dog, and he fights. Now you could say, well, why didn't he fight for his job back in Alabama? You know, here's the thing. You know, that is a good one. And I'm not going to act like I know exactly why. But the dude could be backing down now. He could have backed down last year. You know, he could have backed down when Doug Peterson pulled him. But he's always showed he wanted to fight. He always showed he wanted to fight. And that's what matters. In college, you always got other scouts, other recruits trying to get you. And he's like, yo, listen, why waste your talent? And again, you do what you do in college to get to the NFL. So if he got benched and he don't get the starting job, he's going to want to go somewhere, not because he doesn't want to fight for the job necessarily, but he wants to go somewhere so he has that, because he only got that limited time to prove to the NFL scouts that he can play in the NFL. Well, I do understand why, but I'm not going to say. I'm not sure if you're talking to me or somebody else in here. Oh, I don't understand why Eagle fans are so short on Jalen. Quarterbacks take 5 years to develop. The best quarterbacks in the league, Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, didn't become elite till they were 27. Patience, man. Oh, I hear you. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. AK Eagle said, I can't see taking Fields at 6, bro. Fields and Hurts are the same quarterback. I can't see us doing another quarterback controversy. I won't say they're the same quarterback to me. I just started watching more tape on Fields, but I got to see more before I say it, but I agree. I would not take a quarterback for the simple fact you got to give the quarterback you have tools to continue to progress. Simple. New quarterback, new system, a lot of rebuilding. You're just going to make him go through the same growing pain someone else will. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is the guy, 100%. But I do believe in the ability to play, and I do believe he can win some football games. Who would you compare Fields to? I think he's just a little bit taller Kyler Murray. He's a taller Kyler Murray to me. I got to watch more tape. But again, for the people who run around a lot, and listen, scrambling quarterbacks, run first quarterbacks normally are a little bit behind on the throwing. Kyler Murray is a guy who can run with the best of the quarterbacks. He's faster. He's the most athletic quarterback going to run for first downs behind Lamar Jackson. He takes smart hits. He's small. He's not going to run nobody over, but he's electric behind the line and to get first downs. But Kyler Murray can sling the ball. Don't get me wrong. And Justin Fields, that dude, I believe he's like a taller version of Kyler Murray. I'm not saying he's automatically going to be better than Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray's proven. He's proven. When I compare somebody to somebody, I'm not saying that they're them because all college players have some bust factor on it. You know, Johnny Football was killing people in college. And you saw what happened to Johnny Manziel. He plays for the Zappers now. Huh? He plays for a football league that's run by the fans and he plays for the Zappers. And his motto is, I saw it on Undisputed. He said, win or lose, the Zappers are going to booze. Huh? You went from being a top prospect I don't know. Only way I'd truly be upset that we get a quarterback is if we trade it up. Otherwise, I'm mentally prepared for whatever. You gotta listen. When the draft starts, for people who don't drink, take some aspirin or like a heavy sedative. For people that drink, have your stuff poured. And for people who light up, you know what I mean? Get it ready because you better be prepared. Fields and Hurts are not the same quarterback. I agree. I'd prefer to keep Wentz, but it's not an option. So that is what it is. Exactly. Listen, I don't want to me, I don't want to I want to touch that subject. Thank you, Kristen. I never said that we should 100% get rid of Wentz at this point. I just think we crossed the coming back point. The best thing that could have happened is let Wentz be here and go out and compete. And again, realistically though, guys like Howie are never going to put someone on a bench who cost $130 million. So if Wentz came back, you could say it's a competition, but it's more of a Carson Wentz, you better win or you better win at the end of the day because you're not going to bench that much money. LOL, I'm not at Philly the podcast. I'm so ready to get Howie out. Facts, my guy. Eagles champ said, I don't think Carson getting traded. Unfortunately, Howie was destroyed the trade value. Les Bowen said that no matter what, we're just going to trade him for pennies on a dollar. But I'm not going to believe anything I hear outside. Emily said, we cannot take a running quarterback or a quarterback in this draft. We need to pick up a quarterback that we have, give them opportunity to prove themselves or move on. So who do you have in mind? Wentz is good as gone. How you ruin any chance of salvaging that. All these leaks are out of control. I agree. But now you hear the leaks that Carson Wentz will put his big boy pants on and come to training camp if that is what happens. Listen, when this whole thing started, I said, if you trade Carson, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. Because I know people are tied up in that $36 million of dead money. But let me explain to you what his contract is about. If Carson Wentz plays, if Carson Wentz is on the roster in 2020, let me start. If Carson Wentz is off the roster for 2021, we have 35, 34, 36, whatever that number is, it's around there, in dead cap. Means we can't use it for this year. Next year, we're free to do what we want. If Carson Wentz is on the roster, we have a player, but he's taken up that same amount of money in actual cap. So you have it on the books where you can't spend it and you got 0 players, but then you got picks. So you got a guy who's a ghost. You got a ghost that's worth 36 million, but you have picks to draft cheap guys, or you got Carson who's worth 36 million and he's there. Now, if he's there, he probably plays. But there is something in his contract that in 2022, he starts getting paid in the middle of 2021. So now if you rip the Band-Aid off now, it's a 1-year hurt piece. I didn't mean to say hurt and Jalen Hurts. And then you move on. If you keep him and then you realize after this year he got to go, well, now you're in more of a pickle. You spent more money. So 36 million is either going with Wentz here or with Wentz not here. But if he's not here, you'll have draft picks, whatever type of draft picks it is. I don't know. After seeing Hurts play for 2 years at OU, I can say he can run Peterson's offense successfully. I'm not familiar with the new coach, but I'm certain Hurts can run it lights out. There you go. At the end of the day, whoever's the quarterback, I'm going to rock with him. I hope watching this trade gets Howie fired. To me, I think Howie only has 1 more year on the deal. And I know people think that Howie's going to be here forever. I believe this is Jeff's mindset, and this is only my belief. Howie, you survived Andy Reid, you survived Chip Kelly, and I'm going to let you survive Doug Peterson because we need you to fix the cap. However, you got 1 year on your deal. If you do not get it done, and I'm not talking about win a bunch of games, if you do not get this team on an upward trajectory in 1 year, we're going to part ways. Now, that's just me wishful thinking. If we go with Hurts, then we need to give him all the tools to be successful. I agree 100%. Listen, when I opened this video up, I said we can't. 2 quarterbacks. I hear chats, but I wouldn't do it. You pulled the trigger on Jalen Hurts. Now make him successful. Just imagine if Howie's horrible. Just imagine Howie horrible would have put weapons around Wentz like DK, Claypool. Ooh, we would have won the division by 2 games last year. Yeah, listen, just having a defense could have won us a couple games last year. 2020 is going to be insane. We'll have a lot of cap space. Facts. We picking Surtain at 6. I would like Surtain around like 9. I mean, 6'9" at this point. You might just have to reach, I guess. But I'm an Oklahoma fan too, so I hear you. I'm losing my spots. My guy Vic 3, shout out to my guy Vic 3, said take a second and smash the like button for your boy. I greatly appreciate it. And again, if I do not get your comment, just re-comment. I'm trying to hit as many as possible. I Shine 101 said Howie ain't getting fired. I'll be shocked. Here's the thing. I don't think Jeff Lurie will come out and humiliate him or fire him because they're boys. But I do believe he'd be like, look, your contract is up. I gave you 1 more shot. The trajectory that was going down is still going down. Bruh, just let's mutually peace ourselves. And again, I don't have no proof of that, but because he has 1 more year on his contract, and it's so eye-opening. It's so easy to see the blatant mistakes we've been making. I hope that Lurie stands, but nothing so far has shown it. Well, here's the thing. We did bring in a guy like John Dorsey. So we did. Now, maybe that was Howie Roseman bringing him in. Maybe that was Jeff Lurie bringing it in. I don't know. But we did bring in a guy who, like John Dorsey, who specialized in scouting talent. And that has been Howie Roseman's biggest blunder the last couple years in the draft. So $46 million in cap money that you can't use, and you'll have $900K in saving bonus, but you'll probably be using free agency, which is only feasible in the offseason. $46 million if you trade both Wentz and Ertz. But that same $46 million in dead cap would be cap you can't use if they're here. But the other side of the argument is it's dead, but you have draft picks that you can hopefully parlay into cheap talent. Rockenbank says Justin Fields. Tronic TV said we really taking the quarterback. I'm hearing murmurs of it, but there's no definite. I'm on here to ask you guys if you want to. I gave my whole spiel that I wouldn't do it. What's going on, Randy Lopez? What's going on with you, my guys? Listen, everybody in the chat, do me a favor if you haven't done it. Smash the like button. Appreciate it. It goes a long way for the stream. And like I said, let me know one more time. We got a new group of people in here. Let me know, would you pull the trigger on a quarterback if Justin Fields is there at 6? I wouldn't do it. I would be sad to see Wentz leave. I haven't lost faith in him, but if we do go with Hurts, let's focus on winning now. I agree. Once you make the move, you can't second guess the quarterback. Second guessing the quarterback is only, you can't do that. Now, if he's blatantly playing bad game after game after game, you can start to talk about it, but you got to cheer up the guy. Lori filed his childhood friend, Joe Banner. He'll fire Roseman eventually. Exactly. Joe Banner was somebody that we thought was never going to go. Don Dillon, I got you, my guy. Give me a second. Nick Saban to the Eagles. It's funny. AK Eagles says Jeffrey is only keeping Howie this year to correct all the cap screw-ups he made and will be fired next offseason. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say it one more time. I believe Howie Roseman is here for that reason, one, to fix his mistakes with the cap. Another guy can come in who knows the cap and do it, but he knows exactly where it went wrong. He knows how to get it right. When you make your room dirty, your mom can say, go clean your room. You mess it up, you go clean it. That's what's happening. But if the Eagles' trajectory goes up, Howie Roseman can weasel himself into saying, you see, let's draw up a new contract. But if the Eagles are a 4-win team, if our draft does not hit, and we are a 4-win team and poorly managed again, the contract's up. The contract's up in a year. So like when Jeff Lurie was on the edge of getting rid of Howie, he has one more year. He could fix it. How could it be in Jeff Lurie's best interest to actually draw up another contract with a guy who ruined you? He got you a Super Bowl. I'll give you that. The rumors help if we want to trade back. True. If we're saying we're going to take a quarterback at 6, and there is, again, the Carolina Panthers pick 8. Am I right? Somebody let me in the chat know. I believe it's 8. Doug Peterson for the Eagles quarterback. Big Play Slay said smash the like button if you haven't. You already know. Everybody say no. I agree. So Kristen said yes. So listen, the Panthers are at 8. Now they might try to bridge with a couple more years with Teddy Bridgewater. I didn't mean to use the same name, but they could want a quarterback. And so if you are only 8 and the Eagles are at 6, but you're leaking out that you want a quarterback, and you're leaking out that Justin Fields is your guy, from 8 to 6 is a small jump. But when you trade draft picks, there's a point system. You can come up in your head like, well, the 8th overall and the 6th overall, they're close. I'll give you another 5th. No, there's a point system, and people don't trade unless the points equal up. And I don't know exactly what that is off the top of my head, but if you go from 6 to 8, that might be a 3rd round pick. It might be. It might be a 3rd. I don't think it's a 2nd, but it might be a 3rd, maybe a 4th. But if you're doing that, you know that the 6th pick that Carolina is going to have now, he's going to take Justin Fields. So now you just got to worry about who's picking 7. And then at 8, you still might be able to get your guy. If you're sold on a Pitts, you might get Pitts at 8. If you're sold on Surtain, you might get Surtain at 8. If you're sold on Michael Parsons, you might get them at 8. I don't think you get Jamar Chase at 8. But there you go. You could, if you are sold on them at 6, you leak this out, you get them to jump up. You only move really one spot back because you're only worried about the 7th guy. You're not worried about the 6th guy anymore because that's Carolina, who's taking a guy you don't want. and then you figure it out. So I don't know. And again, when people say we would be dumb to trade back, I'm not talking about trading back to 15. You go that far, you might get a lot of picks, but that blue collar player is harder to find there. The blue collar player is harder to find there. So you move back to 8, 9, 10. Not 10, though, because the 10 is the Cowboys, and we don't do deals with the Cowboys. We got to hit on every pick. We got to hit on at least 60%. Let's be honest. Nobody comes out the draft with 7 players who are starters. But you got to get 3 or 4. You got to get 3 or 4 starters. And the other 3 or 4 got to be kind of ready to start or ready to start soon. Ready to contribute something. How many guys we got that starts? Let's go. Kavon Wallace. I mean, I like Kavon Wallace. There's some potential in him, but he didn't contribute. Jalen Reagor was the only one who actually kind of contributed. Jalen Hurts at the end. But you got to get guys who can contribute. ASAP Rocky. Man, I love Justin Fields, but ain't drafting him and not seeing what Hurts does first. I hear you, Kavon. Let me get my phone out so I can give some wrenches. Scud BLSG. If Harry Roseman takes a quarterback at 6, I will be pissed. I don't want a quarterback at 6. I want a wide receiver, Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase or Parsons. It depends on who Miami takes at 3. All right, let's do something else in the chat real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me know your pick. We're on the clock at 6. Who you're taking? Who y'all taking? Let me know in the chat. Just type it. I'll start saying them all. Kavon, I never liked the pick. Watched him in college. Never thought he was good. You never think he was good at all in Clemson? Oh, he played all 4 years. I'm going to start giving out them wrenches too, but let's see. So, here we go. Dang, they come fast. I'm not going to say name because I want to see how many we say the same. Chase, Pitts, Smith, Pitts, Smith, Chase. Oh my God. Let's jump. Chase or Pitts, Chase, Smith or Penny Swell. Chase, Smith, Devontae, Pitts, Chase. Oh my God, it's jumping like crazy. Let me just do it on my phone, I guess. Smith. Ooh. My goodness. Yo, I can't believe how many Smith and Pitts are getting over my guy Jamar Chase, for real. My goodness. Bro. Certain. There we go. We got a Certain. G-Code, what's going on with you, my guy? Mr. Cunningham, I got you. A lot of Devontae Smiths, though. I like Pitts, but we have better luck with tight ends. I like Pitts. We have better luck with tight ends than exactly. Someone said Mac Jones. Bro. Smith or Chase. Now we got the quarterbacks low-key covered in here. See, I knew somebody was like, once I see a whole bunch of Chase, I'm going to throw. I was waiting for someone to throw the quarterbacks in there. Low-key. Certain gets beat deep. Takeem Hilton, what's going on with you, my guy? Michael said, we in here, Chase or Pitts. That's a consensus. The consensus is that. But listen, when I was just running down them real quick, I heard a lot of Pitts and Smith. I'm like, Smith, Pitts. Certain, listen, again, I keep saying this, but I'm going to be having these videos. I wanted to get closer to March to do it, but I'm going to have a Chase versus Smith. And I'm going to have a Farley versus Certain. But shout out to everybody. Fields going to the Falcons. The Falcons are at what? Oh, Falcons are early. They're like what? I want to say 4th, right? Falcons are 4th. They're asleep on Chase. Time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Hey, listen, I shine 101. I think they're going 1-2. First of all, the Jags are not giving up on Trevor Lawrence. But if the Jets don't take Zach Wilson, that is a huge monkey wrench in the draft. If the New York Jets do not take Zach Wilson at number 2, that is a monkey wrench thrown into the draft, and everybody's scrambling. That's where you got guys like Carolina, Atlanta, who are calling up like, hey, you're not taking if maybe well what I'm saying is, if the Jets just come out and don't trade it and pick someone else, which I don't see them doing it, the only way they don't pick a quarterback there is if they trade back, trying to acquire more talent. But I don't believe they believe in Sam Darnold at all. Man was seeing ghosts. I can't talk. Our guy was a little bit not too shiny as well. But Zach Wilson is, to me, 95% going to go in the second overall pick. Fields is fool's gold. Let someone else make that mistake. My guy New Alchemy coming out with the hot take saying Fields is fool's gold. Fool's gold. Trevor Lawrence is falling to 6. Hey, shout out to Dumb Sports Opinions. If that happens, man, shout out to you. But like I said, the one thing I said this early in the stream, if Penny Sewell, however you say his last name, falls to 6, I know it's not the sexy pick, but I'm taking him. Pope says Mahomes is fool's gold. Let someone else make that mistake. Yeah. Mahomes definitely fool's gold, right? All the way to the bank, all the way to back-to-back Super Bowls, 1 win, 1 loss. Listen, the dude actually played football for 3 years. Been in the league for 4, but played football for 3 years. AFC Championship, Super Bowl victory, Super Bowl loss. My God. No way, Trevor Lawrence. I know. I was entertaining it. You got to hear by the dialect. You got to hear by the dialect. Listen, I'm confident in saying that the first overall pick is Trevor Lawrence and the second overall pick is Zach Wilson. There's no way. I even think there's no way Zach Wilson don't go number 2. Now, if the Jets don't pick him, it's because they moved back. But Atlanta will move up to get him. Carolina will move up to get him. They will do that. So the number 2 overall pick is going to be Zach Wilson. I think the Eagles trade all their picks except number 6 for the number 1 overall pick in draft night. Yeah, now my guy's really living by his name. What's going on, Annabelle B? But then you have Smith too. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure. Trade Wentz to Indy, get this pick at 20, draft Najee Harris. They're not offering us a first round pick. They're only giving us a second at the most. At the most. That's the sad part. Third swell. Shout out to everybody in the chat though. Let's get this over 100 likes right quick. We got a $144 in the chat. If you haven't done it, it's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. We've been on here right around an hour. Like I said, if you just getting in here and you want to hear my take on the quarterbacks, go back to the beginning. Well, when this is over, the first 7-8 minutes is my take, and then I go with the chat. Let them take me everywhere. But listen, for those in the chat, I did 3 NFL draft prospect interviews. I know I said this earlier in this chat, but I'm going to say it again because we got a new amount of people in here. I did cornerback out of South Carolina, the guy who played on the opposite side of J.C. Horn, Iseral Mukuamu. I interviewed him and why a team should draft him and all that good stuff. That's what we did. I interviewed Rodarius Willams out of Oklahoma State, and I interviewed Osirus Mitchell, wide receiver out of Mississippi State. My bad. It's been an hour. I need a drink of water. But I interviewed 3 NFL draft prospects. I think one's going to go in the 3rd or 4th, one in the 4th or 5th, and one probably in the 6th. But check out the interviews. You learn a lot about who that player is. And remember these guys' names, because if they make the Eagles or even the NFL, You heard it here first, because these are not first round talents, but there's some sleeper guys. There's some sleeper guys, and I'm going to be doing more, so stay tuned. I know some people are like, if it's not about the Eagles, I don't want to know. But these are guys I can see the Eagles drafting later in the round. So if we don't go corner first and we try to go corner second and then maybe come back to corner in the fourth, these are guys who could be on the board. And so it'd be great to interview a guy who's legitly getting ready for the combine, the pro day, I mean, because the combine's canceled. And boom, Philly Mike got it. So definitely check them out. And listen, you can go back on my channel and check them out, or you can go right in the description of this video. I have all 3 videos in the description with their name over the top. Shout out to you guys. I don't know how many people watched or didn't, but like I said, I appreciate you guys. And listen, I'm shooting to get some of these guys like the J.C. Horns, like the Patrick Surtains. Like, I'm trying to get the big names too. But you know, I ain't really up there yet. And that's why you can also follow your boy on Twitter. We try to get the followers up. I'll follow back. We trying to build this so when I approach somebody like that, they're like, hey, we coming through for you guys. We coming through. Would you trade Carson Wentz to the New York Jets for Sam Darnold in the second round pick? But what are you trying to do for? Are you trying to have Sam Darnold your starter? Or are you trying to, what are you trying to do there? Are you trying to have him as a good backup under Jalen? And I don't know if the Jets will even do that. Like, they got their eyes set on Zach Wilson. You know they're going to be bougie. What? Come on, my guy. Listen, Iseral Mukuamu. Remember that name. Remember that name. Remember that name. Like I said, you got to think, my guy. Of course, the first round talents are normally going to be the best. But how many people were drafted in the fourth that became good? How many people were? Remember, Alvin Kamara was a late third round pick. Baller running back. So you can find steals in the third or fourth or fifth. Shout out to my guys. What's going on, Locke? What's going on, my guy? I like how Carson Wentz is seemingly avoiding competition, going wherever he gets the lock job, right? As long as you get generational talent that makes sense and fits the system that you want to run, it's a feasible player that can just go right in and play. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, you're picking 6th overall. You need a blue-collar player. You need to pick the best available. At the end, you got to pick the best available. It's pronounced one delay. My bad, dog. Shout out to everybody in chat, though. We just over an hour. We need 10 more likes to get to 100. I'm going to chat up with you guys a little bit more, and that's about it, man. Like I said, I spoke about the quarterback chatter. I spoke on some of my stuff that, like I said, I do the first 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and let you guys take us wherever we go. Mike, when is your next collab? I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to get something done with RB Philly Take. Mike, got a whole movement going on. What's up? That's what's up. Keep pushing. You'll get there. Yo, we trying little by little. Appreciate you guys who've been rocking with me forever and the people who just came in. We should try to get 2 second-round picks from Indy. That might be the only thing we can get. The idea of the Eagles pick a quarterback over wide receiver is mind-blowing. I hear you. Don Dillon, I hear you. DeJounte DePriest, what's up, Mike? Been here this whole time listening in. Who you taking at 6? I'm taking Pitts or Surtain. I like Chase, man. I really do. I'm going to have a whole discussion with... we might be talking with some other... we're doing some collabs with some other Eagle guys. You know the big ones. The LBs, the 500s, the Gate Cities, the Fresh, the Joey Shakes. And we're going to do a collab, and we're going to talk like people who like Pitts and people who like Chase, because I do like Pitts too, but I have some compelling arguments about that. We're gonna hash that all out. Then I got to get that notification going. I missed when you went live. Hey, my guy, hit the bell. The bell is, listen, You can subscribe to the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. But once you click that bell, when you click that bell, you are legitly part of the family. You know what I mean? That's that knock on your door, can I borrow some milk family? You know what I mean? Shout out to you, though. Hit that bell. Appreciate you, my guy. Joseph Vegas said, what do you think about the cornerback we just signed? I saw Gate City's video. I didn't get to finish it, though. Has some measurables. Not the biggest guy, not the slowest. Actually, he runs like a 4.2, so he is fast. But, you know, I got to see more. You know, you're undrafted for a reason. There could be good things, bad things we got to see. I don't know too much. I don't like to really say if I don't know. I think Trevor Lawrence is a beast. I do too. Jets have the ammunition to trade for Deshaun Watson, but still haven't made the trade. Exactly. I think, listen, a lot of people wait for the combine to start making trades. Since there's no NFL combine, I think a lot of people are hesitant. I think you're going to start seeing big trades happen right around March. Right around March. What's going on, my guy? I'll take Trey from Ohio State. Trey from Ohio State? Wide receiver? What about linebacker from Penn State? Micah Parsons? He's a dog. I just don't think the Eagles will do it. I mean, now we do have a new defensive coach, a new preference on how we want to run a defense. I just think that Howie Roseman doesn't value certain positions. He values wide receivers, corners, defensive linemen, quarterbacks. What's going on, Rock the Artist? Parsons is a beast. Parsons is a beast, and with quarterbacks going early, he may drop mid first, which would be a steal whoever gets them. That's true. You could see Micah Parsons dropping outside the 10, maybe. Not sure though. Not sure. You want a top-notch talent. It doesn't matter if it's not the sexiest pick. It's the best pick for the team, and it makes sense for a team that is trying to go in the right direction with a new coaching staff. Exactly, and that's the offensive lineman. If Penny Sewell falls to us, people are going to say, really? Bro, game-changing type of player right there. Philly Brett said, y'all hit that like button for your boy. Shout out to you guys. Listen, let's see if we got over 100. I'm trying to get, I think, no, we need 2 more. Y'all slacking. We got a $117 in here. We need 2 of you guys to hit the like button. I would keep Carson only 1 bad year, put him back up. Hey, Locke, I was never against that. I just think we're at a point where it's too hard to come back. That's my whole decision making, my whole process now. Well, Howie said we want our quarterback factory, but I hope we don't trade Wentz. Listen, there are reports now coming out that Carson Wentz will put his big boy pants on and come and compete if that's what we ask him to do. But there's been reports about everything. Good, bad, ugly, true, false. At this point, I believe he's getting traded because I believe it's just too far gone. But if he's back to compete, I'm cool with it. If Penny makes it to us, it means they were doing bong hits in the Cincy war room. Exactly. Cincinnati needs. You saw you saw Joe Burrows get destroyed, missed the rest of the season because of a bad offensive line. They definitely need he's an RB. Who's an RB? Oh, Trey Sermon. You're talking about Trey Sermon. Not in the first round. What round would you target Trey Sermon? Philly Tress says, I got a wrench and I ain't even asked for one. Thanks, my guy. Listen, I always listen when people ask for wrenches that have been here and I'm handing the wrenches out. When I see a guy who's been rocking with me, Sixers content, Eagles content for a minute, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me just give it to him off GP. Let me see who else is in here that I haven't seen. No, Charlie G. That's my guy. He said Howie holding out for a trade for a first-round pick. He thinks his reputation as a GM is on the line. That is true, right? He's thinking that. He's like, yo, I can't go out like this. I really think Howie Roseman is done after this season if we're not on an upward trajectory. If we are, I would still keep him. I would still get rid of him. However, I think that's the determining factor for a guy like Jeff Lurie, who loves him, but he is on his last year of his contract. Black Art said third round. Now, third round, I could see it. I could see it. You know, you try to match somebody with Miles Sanders. I could see that. I definitely could see that. But hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. I don't know if we hit over 100, but I got to go. I got to do a couple things before I get ready. I will be going live at 7:15. I'll be going live at 7:15. Sixers, Rockets, 7:30. Come through. If you are a Sixers fan, a Philadelphia 76ers fan as much as an Eagles fan, come through. I will be streaming the game, talking about the Sixers. Appreciate you guys. We're going to do a lot more. I got a lot of collabs coming up. I got some regular videos. So let me know. Do you guys like when I drop a video? When I drop a video, not a live stream. Do you like it in the morning or do you like it in the evening? So do you like it at 9, 10, 11 in the morning or do you like it at 5, 6, 7 at night? You like it night or morning for Eagles regular videos? Let me know. Let me know. I knew you were going to get that in there, Annabelle B. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, I'll be dropping Eagles videos in the morning and 5, 6, or 7. So I do a mixer. Sometimes I drop it in the morning. Sometimes I drop it 5, 6, 7. I like to drop it in the morning, especially when the Sixers play. We got a couple morning, night. Hey, but listen, if you got the bell hit, you know where the bell is. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? You see the subscribe button. You see the little bell. Click the bell. That means morning, night. You're going to be like ding-a-ling, ding, 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 ding. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to everybody in the chat, though. I got to go. We got a couple mornings, got a couple nights. I'll have to keep mixing and matching it again. We do a couple night videos, do a couple morning, but all my live streams are normally in the night at the end of the day because I do still work an 80-hour shift. Hey, shout out to my guy real quick, Daniel Belfield in the chat. Came back from Brazil. The Hurts jersey is legit. Hey, shout out to my guy, Daniel Belfield. When the Eagles beat the New Orleans Saints, I said, whoever comes in on my next video and puts hashtag Hurts will get an opportunity to win the jersey. My guy, Daniel Belfield, won it. Shout out to you, my guy. Hey, Daniel, I'll be doing a Sixers stream tonight, too. Come through if you would like. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. And make sure you got that bell rung. Especially so you know when your boy go live. Because the next time I go live, I'm either going to be with a great Eagles content creator or we will be doing a live call-in or something like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We might even do another jersey giveaway soon. And you know, to get the jersey giveaway, you got to watch the podcast regular episode. So you got to have the bell on. Best chance to win it. You guys know what time it is. We out. Peace.